the Moochie show.
Come on up in the room.
Come on up in the room.
Come on up in the room.
I mean all up in the room.
It's the Moochie show.
Moochie show. Welcome to the Moochie show.
Good morning, everybody. You already know it is your girl, Moochie, and this is the Moochie show offset. Season 2 is all about, I always say, come up in the room, come up in the room. Well, it's time for Moochie to come up in your room, whether it's your home, your studio, your restaurant, your business. I am coming to you. So all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, I am sitting with a gem. I know she's a gem because she comes from a city that we are well aware of, that we are known from. But before we even get into it, Rem, do me a favor, talk to the people, tell them a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Hey everybody, my name is Remadee Love. I am a rapper from Newburgh, New York, but I am here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm so excited to sit with the lovely Moochie.
You know what we do, we're gonna get right into it. Rem, let's start here. 2024, I like to start my show by getting a little recap of what's going on in the world. You being a woman in the industry, you being a woman of class and excellence, 2024 right now, what do you see as far as women in music? What do you see happening and what is your stance on it?
Well, I feel like collectively there's a lot of hypersexualization in music. And me personally, I kind of feel like I'm kind of torn on two sides. I feel like, yes, women, we should, empower ourselves sexually. But I also think there's a fine line between empowering and degrading. And so, no shade to anybody who wants to be super sexual or whatever the case may be. But for me, I know that as someone who was formerly a teacher, who has, been in the community as a role model to a lot of young adults, for me, that's just not where I'm necessarily comfortable when it comes to promoting myself. So, you guys want to shake ass, do your thing, but that's just okay.
So let's do this up because when you say we're talking about artists like Megan Thee Stallion, we're talking about artists like. So who does Rem listen to, or who do you idolize, or who do you follow?
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's why I said no shade because I listen to these women. Okay, I'm saying Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Glorilla, all these artists. I do listen to them because for me, I love the energy. Right. Like I'm saying, I think like where I'm at right now, my music before used to be very introspective, wanting to heal and focus on like all these different layers. And it's like, I feel like there's a lot of things that I've been addressed within myself where now I'm at a point where it's not necessarily about, being so introspective, but just being present and living my life and enjoying my life. And so for me, yeah, I do listen to those artists because it's fun. It's upbeat, it's energetic. If I'm talking about my favorite genre though, I really love Afrobeats. So like I'll listen to like a Wizkid and I could listen to Wizkid for like hours on end. So that's why I said it's no shade to them. It's just, that's not me. I feel like everybody has, their niche and, what's true to them. And if that's what's authentic and true to them, good for them. But for me, that's not me.
I don't blame you for that. 2024 recap, what's going on in the world. Women, you're a woman of excellence, and I have to keep saying that throughout this show. Women of class, this Me Too move. And I must be very honest with you and very transparent. I am not a fan of this Me Too move. I feel like because I'm raising sons, every time a woman says something doesn't mean she always telling the truth. What is your stance on this Me Too movement and how is it looking and how is we're going about it 2024?
Well, as someone I've been doing music for 8 years now, and I started like in my early 20s. And when it comes to the Me Too movement, a lot of it is centered in Hollywood and the music industry. And the reality is these men are really disgusting. I actually literally had a man, I want to say I was maybe like 23. And he was like, I am a Billboard producer. I work with Beyonce, TLC, all these huge artists. He's like, why wouldn't you want to have sex with me or do something to please me just to get what you want? Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you? And the thing is, he positioned it in a way of, he was like, why aren't you using your power as a woman, So there are a lot of men in the industry who are manipulating women. There are a lot of men in the industry who are doing really creepy, gross, whatever stuff. I'm not gonna get into what I was gonna say. I'm just leave it alone. But I think it's important for women to speak up because it's kind of been pushed under the rug for so long. And I know it's happening because I've experienced it.
Now, do you feel like, because I got to take this stance again when I said it earlier that I don't agree with every woman because I do feel like, and we're seeing it, that a lot of your voices, or I'm saying your voices, a lot of the voices are not being heard because of these false accusations, these money grabs, these come-ups. So how do you feel about that? Like real stories versus fake stories. And how should we, the people, decipher the difference?
I think that the biggest issue is that people are seeing their idols in a light that they don't want to see them in. And so it's hard for people to, like, a lot of people think some stuff is false allegations, like, oh, like, even I'm one of the people, I don't listen to R. Kelly. I don't give a fuck what, I don't I don't listen to R. Kelly. I don't give a damn
Right.
what R. Kelly has done as an artist, because at the end of the day, that's like saying, well, Hitler, he was a really good poet. Like, do we really at the end of the day care what he was doing artistically if this is the type of person and human being he was in the world? So for me, I feel like a lot of people, they look at their idols and they're like, okay, well, this person has done this and that and their accolades. But it's like, at the end of the day, how are they as a human?
Right.
What is the core of you? What is your character? Because at the end of the day, that's actually what really matters. Not that you can, realistically, what is you gyrating, singing, dancing? That's cool.
Right.
You can hold a note, but really no. So for me, I think that a lot of times people think these things are false. Yeah, I'm sure there are things that are false, but these people are not perfect. And you have to, let go of this celebrity idea of them and just look at them for their character and who they are. So, yeah.
Do you feel like there's anyone in the industry right now that has any integrity, any moral that we can look to? Because all of our people look to for years, they're being torn down from reality TV, from television shows, from music. So like even sports. So who do we look to? Do you have anybody that you can say, okay, guys, this is the one person that you guys should, have hope in us still, or is there no one?
People need to just pray, and you need to have hope in God.
Period.
That's what the problem is.
Yes.
There's so much external of idolizing a lot of people. And I think that a lot of times we really just not to be cliche, but you really need to focus on yourself with your relationship with God and yourself. There are people that I look to and I admire, but for me personally, it's not necessarily celebrities. I guess in a way they are celebrities, but living here in Atlanta, the people that I admire and I look up to are the people who have built really successful businesses and empires. There's Black women down here who are doing some amazing things, like Kiana Watson, or even, Jeremy Norman. He's built a really big brokerage. So for me, that's the type of stuff that I admire.
Right.
Now also too, I love Michael Jackson and Beyonce, and especially I got my tattoo, my birthday twin, Kobe Bryant, Virgos, we are the greatest.
Shout out, rest in peace to Kobe.
But I admire work ethic, But if I were to think, if there's somebody in the industry,
I know, right? It's
no,
because they're all human.
Yeah, everybody's human. Nobody's perfect.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Or everybody makes choices.
Right, exactly.
Everyone say children make mistakes, adults make decisions.
Right.
So we know I feel like we know what we be doing.
Right.
As children. Last one, gotta ask you. Did he?
Okay.
Did he do it? Did he do it? No, did he? This is really big. But again, this affects us for years. So do you feel like you did it? Or is there some truth behind this?
All I can say, that's what I was saying I didn't want to say earlier. All I can say is I was a part of, putting together a party for his son, and I was there, and strange things happened.
Was this Quincy or
all of them?
All of them.
Every single one of them was there.
All the
brothers
not
were
the
there.
Twins, not the girls.
Not the girls, but all the brothers were there. It was a very intimate party. It was maybe about, I don't know,
son?
It was no. And I'm not making, nothing like that.
Okay.
Just for me, it was not my energy or, the crowd that I wanted to be around. It was, like I said, it was intimate, maybe 60 people there or something like that. So it wasn't a big, and it was a house.
Enough for some things to happen.
Yeah, but nothing, no sexual allegations or anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that. Just for me, weird.
So we're going to clear that up.
Yeah.
The house is getting raided and all that. They're going to look at the Moochie show.
Yeah, no.
They're going to look for you and be like, Remstead, no, Quincy, we're not talking about you.
Yeah,
Chrissy, not talking about you right now in that aspect.
No,
right.
They party hard and
that have fun.
Yeah, good for them.
Rem, you sit here and you're so poised, so gracious. You speak highly of yourself. Others, but it always wasn't like this. People won't even know, but fun fact, it's not a fun fact, but fun fact, you were homeless for a very long time.
Yeah.
And as we see America right now, homelessness is an epidemic, pandemic, it's a situation. Coming from homelessness, how did you get there? Let's start right there. How did you get to that place where you were just completely homeless? Living in your car.
Yeah, it's a combination of two things. The combination of chasing my dreams and a combination of being completely stubborn. Because one of the things I feel like a lot of artists, I hope people are actually growing out of this, the idea that I'm an artist, so all I'm going to do is my art. I'm not going to work a job because I'm an artist. But like, if you're gonna do music, this costs a lot of money. So to be quite honest, you're really stupid if you're not trying to find another way to fund your career. So for me, I got to the point of, well, also too, LA is very expensive. LA is so expensive. I literally landed in LA with like $30. You know what I'm saying? I took whatever little bit of money I had.
So you went from Newburgh to LA.
I went from Newburgh to, well, I'm trying to think the first time. I lived in LA like 3 times. I lived in Atlanta like 3 times. I went back and forth like multiple times. And so the first time I landed in LA, after paying for my flight, whatever confusion, getting lost all along the way, I landed with $30 and I called the one person that I knew. And when I got there to his house, the first thing he said to me when I got there, he's like, okay, so what you need to do is open a Wells Fargo account. And I'm like, you know how scammers get down. You know what I'm saying? So I got so scared and I didn't know LA at all. If anybody who lives in LA, they know this is crazy, but like I packed up all my stuff and I tried to walk from Long Beach to Hollywood, which honestly, I don't know. I think trying to walk from Long Beach to Hollywood is like trying to walk from, I don't know, maybe like Newburgh to Yonkers or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so
that was over 100 miles.
I don't know if it was 100 miles. I don't know if it was 100. It might have been like 40, 50.
Okay.
Maybe even
We're
30.
giving out visual right now.
Maybe even 30. I might be stretching
for the non-walkers, because I don't walk, as you can see. Go ahead, Rem.
It was too much. But so, getting there with little to no resources, having that very strange situation right off the bat, I found out about not backstage work, but audience work. So you can literally get paid to be in the audience of TV shows, and you get paid cash, at the end of the show. So that's how I was hustling, just like getting booked for shows. I was seeing Steve Harvey like 3-4 times a week.
Nice,
Real and stuff like that.
Nice. Okay.
And yeah, so that's how I was like hustling to try and get money to survive. But I really was homeless because I was stubborn. That's what I feel like. I feel like if I would have just like locked in and like worked a job for real, instead of trying to be, hustler, entrepreneur, doing all these different things, I wouldn't have been in the situation I was in. But also at the same time, LA is very expensive. Like LA is very expensive. LA makes New York look like, Atlanta, it's very expensive out there. So that was a big part of, and then I had no resources. I had no friends. I had no family. Like I didn't know anybody out there. It was just through the grace of God of people that I would meet on set who would maybe let me crash on their couch for a night.
Nice.
Random person would let me stay in the trailer and stuff like that. So
were you scared? Because you are a woman and you're in a new city. You have no money really. Were you scared?
No, that's the weird part. I wasn't scared at all. Like my faith was so strong. Like I really truly believed everything was happening exactly how it was supposed to. I remember when I was out there one time, and Nick Cannon did some challenge online. He's like, submit your music, get people to tag, And so I had hundreds of my followers tag Nick Cannon in one of my posts. I wanted him to watch it. I wanted him to see, I wanted him to see my music, because a lot of people don't realize Nick Cannon has helped some of the biggest celebrities in the industry. Nick Cannon, he literally changed Kehlani's life. He gave her an apartment, a place to live. When I tell you, people make fun of him and they want to joke on him, he has helped a lot of people that people don't even realize. So for me, I saw that as an opportunity. And, I did all that tagging. He didn't see it. Slept in my friend's car that night. Didn't even sleep in my own car. Slept in my friend's car. And woke up to go do The Real the next morning. That TV, the morning show, The Real. And when I got there, Nick Cannon was the guest. And I ended up performing for Nick Cannon at the show and got his contact information. We exchanged, social media. He started following me. And then it was like, okay, so everything for me felt like, oh, God, you're aligning, opportunity.
Right.
That's what it felt like.
Right,
to me,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Things sometimes.
Yeah.
Things happen like that.
Right. So, didn't end up, unfolding into anything, but it was one of those moments. I feel like God gave me a little hope to keep going, you know? So I think that's what also there was no fear, because it felt like I was just doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing.
How long were you homeless?
It was on and off. It was on and off between 2018 and 2020. So on and off for 2 years. On and off for 2 years, yeah.
Before you were homeless, you came from a single parent home.
Mm-hmm.
Did your mom work a lot?
So my mom is, she's an amazing woman. She's an amazing woman. My mother actually grew up in foster care. And ended up getting into social work. She was making barely enough, and she decided to go back to get her degree for teaching. like late 30s. I want to say maybe sometime between 36, 38.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
So this whole for me, I should go back and do something else.
Listen.
No, I'm gonna stay right here. I'm podcasting. Y'all follow me.
And she's not gonna like that I'm gonna say this, but I don't care because I'm a pop it for my mom because I know I can't curse. I don't want to say pop mine. I didn't mean pop mine.
Yeah, don't pop your puss.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Don't pop your vagina, okay?
But she went back, got her master's degree in teaching. And mind you, like, we were on welfare for a very small amount of time. She does not like me to talk about it because she's like, oh, you were not raised on welfare. We were on welfare for like the first 5 years of my life. Grew up in Section 8 housing for like, 14 years. She went back and got her master's as a teacher, and she's been teaching now since the age of 39 years old, and she makes over as a teacher.
Shout out. So there's hope for teachers out here. Shout out. Mom, call me with just.
No, the hope is gone. Not anymore. Like, she got in like back when.
Oh, she got it.
Yeah.
Just for her to even just be over 35 and be that accomplished.
Yeah.
They try to make us seem in society that when we get a certain age, we have to stop.
Right.
When you get a certain age, you can't have kids.
Right.
When you get a certain age, you can't go back to school.
Right.
When you get a certain age as a woman, you can't do this. So they put those limitations on us. So shout out to mom.
Yeah.
More life, more respect to you.
Yeah.
For all the path that you made. Right now, you are leading for other women like myself to want to do something at the age of this good old age 36.
The young age.
It's the young age. I'm seasoned like wine. When the people behind cameras all said a little bit. We were behind the cameras talking, and somebody approached Remadee. What they said, you were a good-looking middle-aged woman.
We're not going to talk about that.
We're not going to talk about that. You're going to embrace this. You're going to embrace this, okay?
No, because
us, the middle age is looking better than the young age.
First of all, this middle age, you told me I'm about to die when I'm 60? No, like, I'm not middle age. You know what I'm saying? Like, middle means half.
Hold that.
Means half.
Hold that.
I got life left. What you talking about? And I'm middle age, okay?
Now, listen, people look at you, and I'm not even going to lie to you.
Yeah.
When I first seen you, met you, had a conversation with you, I never picked up rapper. I never picked up artist. I never came across my desk. And I'm sure other people feel like
Absolutely.
that. So let's just play this.
Yeah.
When people meet you, what are the top 5 occupations they give you aside from rapping?
So I've never had anybody like guess my occupations. They just think businesswoman, like some type of business, like even being down here in Atlanta, like, so working with Child and Focus Media, who is shooting this right now, shout out to them.
Yes.
I am the operations manager, so I'm in communication with all of our clients, I'm creative director as well too, so helping them with their projects. And so when I get on the phone with them, they get Remadee, the businesswoman, you know? And so a lot of them are shocked when, once I've been like doing business with them for a certain amount of time, I feel comfortable. I'll be like, okay, like now I'm gonna follow you from my personal page so that like, I'm comfortable with you seeing me. And a lot of them are like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you rap? Like it's, so I don't know. I think it's, I don't know. I feel like it's the corporate in me. And also to me, this is something I've been like reflecting on recently, how being in like predominantly like white situations for the majority of my life have really impacted me because my mother always wanted me to have, the opportunity to be in activities and things like that. But because she was trying to, create opportunities for me, I was put in a lot of like white situations. So it's like, I'm living in Section 8 housing. I live around Black people, but I go to cheerleading and I'm the only Black girl.
Right.
Then I go to class and I'm in honors. I'm the only Black girl. Maybe like 1-2 other Black girls, you know what I'm saying? Then I go to St. John's, a predominantly white university. Then I graduate and I go to MBA and I'm working in corporate and I'm like one of 2 Black people. So a lot of times, like even what you're saying, like people don't think, rapper. Sometimes I think it's the way that I talk that makes people prejudge me.
I have to say that, and you are not lying, because sometimes if I can be personal with you, I feel out of place around Black people sometimes because I was raised in a predominantly white area. I was the only Black girl in my entire high school. So it's just like sometimes, and it's Caperlin, and even when I be talking to people, they be like, "Oh, you don't sound Black," and it just be like, "How do I'm trying to fit in?" And I am as chocolate as I am to talk with. It's hard because sometimes I feel like I don't fit in unless I'm with my white skin. Yeah. So do you ever feel like that?
So now I feel the flip as far. I'm gonna be honest. I feel very torn because, I was friends with a lot of white women growing up, but looking back, since they're not here, we weren't really friends. You know what I'm saying? I was a token for a lot of situations, and the entertainer, like, oh, you know what I mean? And so no, like I look back, those weren't actually my friends. And now I really feel like I'm just trying to find where I fit and what's comfortable for me, because, you know, a lot of times with Black people, I get like, you know, oh, you're a white girl, you know, because I think you're better than us. Yeah. And then also I'm dumb to the culture in some ways, because my mom was so Christian when I was growing up. I couldn't listen to rap music. I didn't get to watch, you know, Boys in the Hood and all these classic like Black documentaries. Instead of watching Martin, I'm watching Full House.
I'm watching Golden Girls.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, talk about it.
Yeah, so.
Were you, your mom had you in the long skirts, and my mom had me in the long skirt? I couldn't wear pants for a very long time.
No, I wasn't, no.
Okay.
It wasn't
I
that
was it that bad? Because I couldn't wear no pants.
It wasn't that bad, but that's why when, you know, in a video I posted on social media, my idol was Britney Spears, because that's what I was allowed to listen to. So, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, you know, it hurts my feelings when people tell me, oh, you're a white girl, or you talk like a white girl, you act like a white girl. And it's like, but I had a Black experience. My life is a Black experience. Right. So why are you guys saying this about
me? And what makes me different than the average Black woman or Black person? Shout out to you, Rem. I didn't even know that we were so similar in so many ways. Except age. I'm older than you.
Yeah.
Don't say it too fast.
It's too exciting. Listen, I got middle age. Somebody call me middle age.
I'm gonna be older than her.
No.
Vintage
I'm gonna be 32 this year.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is vintage over
thank
here.
you. She said that's it. Yeah, that's what I need to hear.
I'll put your phone. Shout out to me. Rem, everything is not golden in life, and everything is not happy. And this journey that we've been on, especially you've been on, to be an artist, because that's what you want to be. That's the ultimate goal.
That's what I am.
You are, excuse me.
Yeah.
Is a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
But you say rapper very strongly. So
Yeah.
I'm curious to why not an artist versus you saying I'm a rapper.
Because I'm not a singer. I feel like I am an artist because I'm an overall creative.
Okay.
And I don't know. I feel like I even kind of maybe am still in the process of figuring out how I want to even say it, because I don't necessarily want to be like, especially coming from New York, I'm not trying to be I got balls and I can spit and
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not me. Like, I don't really necessarily have dreams of like being on, you know, sitting next to Flex and like just spitting my hardest bars. Cause like, I don't know, for me, it's also a very masculine energy, which is not really like, that's not me. So I don't know. I mean, maybe shift in my mind. Maybe I should just be calling myself an artist, because
I feel like
rapper
that too.
is like
real hard and real like, you know, I got my P and your body language is crazy.
Yeah.
And I've watched a lot of your videos and you're very dainty, very feminine.
Yeah.
You know, like you're like the Hillary Clinton of rap.
Oh
like,
my God.
Whoever thought about that?
Yeah.
Like, freaking Hillary Clinton. Like you one of your videos, you're out there playing tennis. I don't know too many. I don't think I've seen Remy out there and Connie's out there playing tennis. Like, do you ever feel like this is like the Malibu? Have you ever seen the movie Malibu's Most Wanted?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you are like the Malibu's rapper? Because do you feel like other rappers will embrace you as easily because they go out there and they really spit bars?
Yeah.
They hear you come.
Yeah.
So do you feel like they're gonna embrace you in this rapper category, this female rap?
That's a very interesting. I don't know, because I have a combination of songs where it's like, okay, like it's a vibe, and there's some stuff like where I hit people with bars.
Right.
But I don't think that I'm like I don't know. What did you said? Hillary Clinton I like that. There was something else that you said.
Wait,
but,
was it Hillary Clinton or Hillary Banks? I'm sorry.
no, I didn't know it was, not Hillary Clinton. My bad.
No, Hillary Banks.
But I think of myself as, I say it, I've been saying it as of lately. I feel like I'm like Kiana Watson, like when it comes to rap.
Okay.
If anybody like Kiana Watson is a really big, realtor here in Atlanta, and just that's what I think of when I think of how I'm branding myself. If Kiana Watson were to rap, how would she present herself? And so for me, it's like I'm like an entrepreneurial businesswoman. You know what I mean? I'm not a street girl. I'm not from the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from an area where we didn't have money, but like we didn't have violence and stuff like that. Are they gonna embrace me? I don't know. I don't really care if they do. I just hope that like I align with the people whose energy, we match up with. Some people are gonna like me
And some people are not.
Some people are not. They're gonna because they're gonna hear me speak. They're gonna hear my voice, or maybe some of reality too is this, some people, not everybody's gonna like you.
Basically.
You know what I mean? I might not be likable to some people. Just like I like you, I think you're wonderful. Some people might be around you like, I don't really like her. I don't like Moochie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I gotta ask them, because in this rap game, who would you, in the industry, rapper-wise, put yourself up against? Like, if I went into the booth, this person right here, we could go, bar for bar, song for song.
Like, what, we're on the same level? We're better? Or
We're
what?
the same level. Like out of all the people you went, you know, the Hot 90 said, okay, we're gonna pick you and somebody else. Who would be your battle meet or the person that you would love to go in the booth with and really just produce? Because that'll help us too to figure out like who would be on your level.
See, that's the thing that's kind of weird because like as far as like brand wise, I feel like I'm more of like a Saweetie, but I don't like rap wise, I wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah, shout out to you, sweetie.
brand wise, I feel like, okay, Sweetie, because she's kind of like, you know, bougie boss type of rapper. But the people I'd want to be in the booth with, they're better than me. And it's not to downplay myself. It's the reality of like Lola Brooke. Lola Brooke is, you know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
Yeah,
Yes,
Lola Brooke,
I can
like,
see
you know
that.
what I'm saying? She
Yes.
is a rapper. Like she has bars, her stage presence, her energy. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
I
can
love
see that.
Lola.
Yeah.
Lola. I love Megan Thee Stallion as well too. She raps her. Can I say ass?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Megan raps her ass off, and then Cardi B, as far as like with her energy, like there's something about her energy. Like when I listen to Cardi, like I just feel like oh my god, like I'm that girl.
You
know
feel
what I'm
like
saying?
you want to do something,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Right. You
know what I'm
can
saying?
dress, you can rap, you can do everything.
So maybe I don't know. I would say probably like I would love to get in the booth with Lola. I would love to get in the booth with Cardi, energy wise. Well,
Meal wise,
well,
I would love. Just so you know, sorry to cut you off, but I would love to see you with Bruno Mars. But go ahead.
Oh, really? Okay.
I would love to see you with Bruno.
I really want to. I want to work with Wizkid. I really
Okay.
do.
You like the
I
Afro
love the
beats.
Afro. I really want to work with Wizkid. Obviously, like Drake is like a dream. Random one too. Justin Bieber. random artist. Justin Bieber. And then you know J. Cole.
Yes.
J. Cole.
Yes.
I think that would be a good one as well too. When I think of like male artists.
I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you, and I'm listening to all the people that you want to work with and how you're so passionate about your music. So you had an incident the other day, or not the other day, a couple weeks ago, where people were reviewing your music. They had some nice things to say about your music.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, is that the first time that ever happened? Like you were reviewing your music and they were like,
What are you talking about with Timberland?
yes.
So funny thing is,
I was gonna get this only. I was gonna leave there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
How do you feel about people like not liking your music and publicly putting it out there like I don't like your music?
right. So that's one of the things that's interesting about like where I am now in my life is that I am not by any means a huge artist, but I still wake up like every day to comments on, you know, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I mean, I wake up to, you know, comments like saying, oh, you're ugly or you're whack or you're trash, or like I made a post about how like, oh, like I don't want to twerk on social media because I want to be a role model, and then someone commented like, well, by you making this post saying this, you're actually not being a role model, and you're actually, and so like every day I wake up to a whole bunch of, you know, even this grown man, like he had to be like 40 some, I don't know, old man, big old belly gut man, you know what I mean?
Not the pregnant man, not 9 months pregnant out here in these streets.
And he was looking at a video, like the video of like me going from homeless to having my business. And like in the beginning, he commented, he clearly didn't watch the whole video. He's like, oh, it must be nice to have like no bills, no responsibility, nothing in life. You know what I mean?
From a man. This kid
Yeah,
from a man.
yeah. And so for me, I'm aware of myself. There are times where I will comment back and like little jab back. Normally that doesn't last for more than 30 seconds to a minute, and I'll delete it because I realize like I only do that when I'm upset. Not with even what they said, just if I'm upset in life,
Right.
and I got stuff going on personally, if you say something, I end up like, because in that moment, it's like, I'm already mad about something, I'm just about to like snap back.
Shout. Yeah.
When I'm feeling good, I literally delete the comment and I block the person. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna be honest, I never keep the comment up more than like a minute or two, because I check myself and I'm like, okay, yeah, you stressed, you're going through something right now, like don't allow yourself to stoop to that person's level. So like, no. So
How long can you really stay a role model? Not how long can you stay a role model? Let me rephrase that question. How long can you turn the other cheek really in this industry? Because I've been doing this 10 plus years. I can't tell you out of it too many times that I turn the other cheek. Like I'm not a cheek turner. Like I be ready. So how do you do that? And like, how can you help other people do that? Did you hear a lot of people saying like they had to, you know, disappear off their social medias or shut it down or, you know, delete it because they just can't take it. Like, so how do you maneuver through that?
you got to work on yourself, you know, like even me and my best friend, like we were going through something, and I'm a type of person, like I'm always just ready to like cut someone off and dead it. And she's very much a like solution-based type of person. And we literally, she's like, let's sit down. You write a list of the things you're upset with. I'll write the list of things I'm upset with, and we'll just go through this list. And, so we sat down, we went through everything. And, I got all my things I'm ready to say about her. And then she says all these things about me. And I'm like, okay, I am this. I am acting like this. I am going through that. And so I think that we start to really build the strength to not care what everybody else is thinking when we really work on ourselves. Because when you're not feeling right with yourself, whether I always say there's two ways you can feel. You either feel good or you feel bad, right? Good can be joy, happy, ecstatic, energetic. Bad could be sad, depressed, angry, whatever. But there's two ways, right? And when we feel bad, that's when we're more inclined to attack or feel defensive or whatever the case may be. And so I'm just realizing, like, the more I work on myself, the more I really don't. And also too, like, the reality is the person who's commenting, like, I don't know, for me personally, I don't care enough about anybody else's life to leave something evil or negative. And also too, like, how unhappy are you that you can, because think about, like, social media makes people act weird. If you're walking through a grocery store and you see some lady with a messed up wig, you wouldn't go up to her and be like, your wig looks weird. But if you go on social media, people will be like, your wig is weird, it's twisted, it's crooked.
It's like it gives everybody like a voice.
Yeah, exactly. A voice for all of the things that they're pissed off about in their own life, and they can just throw and project and yell and release that anger on other people. So when I see people doing it, I'm like, you're miserable or you're a loser or some sort, because the people who are getting it, like,
they don't have time for that negativity.
They really don't have time, or they don't care. It's like, listen, like, I got money. I'm living life. I'm doing good. Why do I care about your little whatever you got going on?
Right, to call you ugly.
Yeah.
But Timbaland cared.
Yeah.
He cared enough to, shout out to the producer Timbaland.
Yeah.
He cared enough to leave a comment and have a little saying.
Yeah.
He's a big time producer.
Yeah.
And he's very well connected.
Yeah.
So aside from social media aspect, as an artist, from someone that really means something, and how did you take that?
So he did it 3 times. It was 3 separate occasions. So he has a live that he does where he'll let artists come on and, like, you play his music. The first time I got in the live, I started rapping within, like, the 2, maybe 3 seconds. He's like, he cut it off immediately. he literally deaded the live. Second time, he started making fun of my hair or something like that. And then the third time, whatever. And so for me, my thing is, like I said, how we were talking about earlier, I don't deify any of these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't look at you as like, oh yes, shout out to you and all your accomplishments, but, like, you're not the determining factor of, like, how my career is gonna go or who I am or who, you know what I mean? Like, cause I'm like, no shade to Ice Spice, but I'm sure if she would have hopped on his live, like, she doesn't have, like, necessarily music that he would hear and think like, wow, superstar. Like, there's just certain people where, you're gonna find your crowd of people who are going to believe in you and make you that superstar. So for me, it's like the first time it hurt my feelings. The second time I was like, and by the third time I was like, I don't even care. Like, you literally, like, now you're honestly like.
But thank you for your promo.
Yeah.
Because by you saying that, more people were drawn to you.
Right. So, and it's the funny thing is that post that I made about, like, Timbaland didn't like my music, and then, like, I'm still going, like, I posted it on Instagram, and he actually liked it, maybe like a week ago. He ended up liking the post. So I don't know, like I said, if you don't deify these people in positions of power, because at the end of the day, they actually are not the determining factor in your success. It's about you building a fan base. Timbaland could say right now, Remadee, I think you're the best artist in the world. I'm gonna start working with you. That doesn't mean I'm gonna get fans.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, all you can focus on as an artist is getting fans, because that's what makes all these people, the labels, the producers, all that's what makes them come, because you have a fan base. So I don't care what he says.
Is Remadee looking to be an independent artist or a signed artist?
I don't think at the level at which I'm trying to achieve, I can be an independent artist.
Okay.
I know that I will need to be signed, but I'm a contract queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I tell you I read every contract, I mean, I read my Mattress Firm contract and got 10% off by reading the contract. And when I sold my business, I was in a contract with a broker. He was going to take $20,000 off the sale of the business because he was a broker. And I'm like, why am I going to give you $20,000 if I could just do this myself? So I wrote myself out of the contract with him. And then I independently sold the business on my own. And the person who I sold the business to, I wrote up our contract where there's no refund, there's no nothing, like, literally, like, there was no way that he could, get his money back or give me the company back. So I won't end up in a bad record label deal. That's a problem. People don't read their contracts and they act surprised, like, oh, I did. If somebody gives you $20 million to invest in you as an artist, That's a $20 million loan with interest.
With interest.
So I don't get excited when I hear like, oh, they gave me 20 million. I'm like, listen, like, can you maybe give me just 100,000?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want the big, like that to me is, because in my mind, I just see debt, and that is such an overwhelming feeling of anxiety that like I personally don't want to have. So
let's get a little bit more personal in your business.
Yeah.
You don't got no man.
No. Damn.
The people want to know.
Damn.
Jump straight to it. You ain't got no man. Why is that? And first of all, how long have you been single?
I have been single since, it's been like me and my ex, we broke up last year. Me and my ex officially broke up like last year around February. So it's been like a year that it's been a year that I've been single. Yeah, but I'm also very if I'm being honest, I'm very insecure in that aspect right now. I'm very afraid to get vulnerable with somebody right now. Because since my relationship, I did open up and get vulnerable with somebody, and it ended up in like my feelings getting hurt really, really, really bad. And I spiraled into like a really bad depression, and I was dealing with addiction to weed. And to some people might be like, okay, addiction.
I'm about to say, this ain't no addiction, but you might have a different.
No, but for me, it was like one of the things, like I was smoking to the point of numbing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was completely numbing myself. I wasn't doing anything but going to work. The second I get off work, I'm like immediately, like I was falling asleep in my car because I was just smoking myself into like a numb state. Now, that's the thing too. People like act like, because it's weed, it's whatever. You can be addicted to weed and use it very unhealthy.
You're making me feel like an addict. Because like all the things that you're saying is how my routine runs right after I clock out. 1-800-weed.com if you have an issue, you guys.
Yeah, because the thing is like, you can have an addiction to even like, people who drink coffee. Like it's one thing to drink coffee. It's another thing if like, I can't start my day without coffee. I'm not this person. I can't relax. So like that's when you have unhealthy attachments to things, that's when it becomes an addiction. It doesn't matter what it is. And so, yeah, that's why I haven't been in a relationship, because I'm like, people see me as this super strong businesswoman. I am the biggest crybaby, the most sensitive. Like what I'm telling you, like it's so easy to hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so easy to hurt my feelings, whether that's a relationship, friendship, personal interaction with anybody. So yeah, right now I'm just not dating because generally I'm scared. Yeah.
If you were back on the market, what is the type? What kind of type? What does your dream guy look like? And I'm not talking about, if he had money and stuff. Like, give me a visual. Like, if you had to build a man.
Okay, first, he needs to look a little rough. I'll be honest. I like some scars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like some. I don't know. I don't like the super clean cut. That's just, you know what I'm saying? Like tattoos, a little bit of scars. Weird fetish. I love a little gap. I don't know why. I love a little gap. I'm starting to like the superficial, right?
All right,
the building is
we gonna build our men.
The exterior, right? Definitely dark skin. I love I should only be able to see your teeth in the dark. Okay, like I love them chocolate. So dark, rough, like I said, like I don't know. I don't know. For me, I like very masculine men. And then as far as like, I do want him to be in a space like financially where he's not thinking or worried about money. Okay. Would I love a millionaire? Yes. But if like you're making $80,000, but you know how to manage your money and like you can, give me that safety financially. Like I don't like when I get very worried when I see men who make like poor financial decisions. It doesn't make me feel safe with that person. I don't know. I feel a combination too of like, our society, as far as Black people, we're like, oh, well, he needs to buy me this, he needs to buy me that, da, da, da. I think I'm at a point where like, yeah, I do want that, but I don't look down on guys who aren't doing that. I do want to be taken care of because to be quite honest, I'm so tired of being a strong Black woman.
Me too.
I'm very like to the point of like, I don't have the energy to be a strong Black woman anymore. I don't want to be that.
I think I hate that title.
Yeah.
Like don't call me a strong, call me a Black.
Yeah.
Take out the strong or independent sometimes because I don't want that to intimidate my partner. I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there was a relationship that was in like years back before the one I was in before where he was the type of man where if he saw a need, he would just fulfill it. I didn't have to ask. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want. Like I want a man who can see what I need and is just, he knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, car, something been up with the car for a minute. Let me just go take it again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ask her,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Just someone who, I just want to feel safe. I want to feel safe financially. and also emotionally too. That's the thing. Like I can't be with somebody who's superficial and keeps a wall up. Like my man needs to be able to cry around me. I need to be able to cry around you. I need to feel like emotionally, like I can say whatever I need to say. And also too, just being able to hold, like I need a man who can hold himself accountable. Cause I'm the type of person, I'll look at myself, I'll check myself. Can you hold yourself accountable and see where you're wrong? And also, can we communicate without it being like volatile? Because I'm not a yeller, screamer,
Me
all
neither.
that
I'm not
stuff.
a nagger. I'm
You know
not
what
going through.
saying?
I'm not doing all
I
that.
don't want any of that. So we should be able to just communicate through our issues, like as
Not everything that you're saying, asking of the man, can you provide as a woman?
yeah, absolutely. I will say on the financial side of things, I am great at getting money. Like I can, when I tell you I can get money, I just got to work on my financial management. You know what I'm saying? I got to work on my management. So, but also too, I don't know, there's a part of me that's like, I need to fix that. But then it's also like, you know, I know men are like more logical with
Right,
their
right. So
money.
let them do it.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe like I need to be with somebody who's not as an emotional spender as me. But also too, I invest a lot of my money in my music. Like I picked the most expensive career to be in. So I'm always like, anytime I might be like, you know what? I'm not gonna go on that. I'm not gonna spend like, you know, a couple $1,000s on a vacation, but I'll pay $2,000 for this promo to be on this platform or you're dreaming. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I that's another thing too. Is like, I don't know if it's necessarily, you know, improper management or the fact that what I'm doing right now requires so much of my money.
Yes, and time.
Yeah, and time that like, I can't do certain things that I want to do right now because it costs so much.
Is that also the reason why you have no children?
I don't have any children because I don't want to be a single mother. And I also know that like the number one thing that I need is like, I need support, right? I want a man who I feel like is going to be present, like not just financially present, but like a man who is going to be present. And a man who has a big family too, because I personally don't really have a big family.
So
and
you
like,
want the
yeah, like just from talking to some women down here who are really successful, like they having kids didn't really stop anything for them because like they have their man who was there. They have like, you know, this aunt, this uncle, this person who can really step in. So for me, it's like, I just like, it's not just having a baby. I feel like people like look at it like such a light thing, like, oh, like babies are cute. And I just wanted to, like, that's a real like whole life responsibility. And I want to make sure that when I do it, that I'm supported and I'm ready. And also too, like there's just certain things that I want to achieve in my career. And I'm not one of the people who believes like, oh, you can't have a kid like in your late 30s, whatever the case may be. Like there's plenty of people who, like my friend, her mom had her when she was like 38. She's fine. She turned out fine.
But I have to ask the question, we have to be very honest. Do you know if you can have kids? Because I've known people that have not tried in their journey, waited for so long, and then they found out they could never have kids. Now life is, you know, destroyed.
Right.
So can you have children?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to the doctor, I want to say in the past, like, I don't know, like 4 months or something like that. Cause I was worried. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, nah, but also too, I don't play about that like whole, like, you know, I don't.
No, scared.
No, I don't play with that whole, like, I don't know if I can say it on here.
Go ahead.
Like coming at me, you know what I mean? People talk about that stuff like it's so cute, like, oh, like come at me, baby. Like that's not cute.
And men talk about
Like,
that too. When they fussing with you, just like
that is not. I'm gonna be honest, like that. Like my ex, we were together for many years. He did that one time, and I was livid. You know what I'm saying? Like I was livid. Like because for me, like that's not. Like I said, people speak of children as it so lightly, and I get it. In the height of sex and emotions and stuff like that, you just. Like for me, no, don't do that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I can't afford that right now. I can't afford that financially, mentally, emotionally, you know what I'm saying? Like resource wise, like so no, it's not just, you know, oh, like has that happened to me and like I haven't got, like I don't play about that.
Right,
you know
right.
Really
so you're not even gonna try to see right now.
Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? There's other places you could put it.
Again, you have everything together. Life is looking good. What is if you could take anything away from this interview today, you could say, Moochie, let me just be honest with you. Through this entire journey, owning your business, being an entrepreneur, being a boss, again, the passion is the music. But what is the one thing you can honestly tell the people today that you hate about this journey, that you absolutely despise?
It sounds cliche, but just how hard it is and how much of it's so hard because you have to, it is hard, but you have to make it look easy. That's the part that's the hardest about it, right? Like, it's not like, I'm a construction worker where I go outside and people see me, shoveling and nailing and picking up things. Like, no, I'm showing up on social media and I'm like this and I'm like this. And it's like all these wonderful things, but it's like, you don't realize like, I might've been crying on my movie set. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really stressed. I didn't get any sleep last night. I'm doing all this stuff by myself. Like, so it's like, that's really like one of the hardest things for me is that like, this is so difficult to keep up with, but I have to show up and make it look good and easy and effortless. And so that's the part that I hate, because sometimes I feel like when I'm being real and maybe not necessarily the most clean cut version of myself is when people are judging me, but it's like, I'm a human. You know what I'm saying? And like all this, the nails, the hair, all this stuff, like this is the stuff you guys like ain't even really real.
Right.
So yeah, I would say that's the hardest part, having to make it look easy when it's one thing you love
about this journey.
I never stopped growing. You know what I'm saying? Like as an artist, like I feel like the only difference between an artist and everybody else in the world is that we put our growth on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I love the fact that like, I never feel like I have it all figured out. I'm constantly learning and growing and like relearning myself. And just about this journey in general in life of just like constantly looking at myself and just like seeing how I can be a better me, a better person to other people. Just like the endless evolution that comes with it.
Now listen, y'all, we're gonna get out of here, but I gotta drag this a little bit long because I wanted to answer this question, y'all. And this is a question that's personal for me, at least, because I know being on camera, this is what I like to do, television, podcasting, being on camera, sitting in front of the camera. But I know as a woman in the industry, I'm fighting against sex appeal. So I have a thing, Rem, I don't like to be undressed.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to pick up me because of my talent.
Yeah.
So when I send my interviews, you're not gonna see me with my breast out.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see me twerking.
I know.
You're not gonna see me doing.
Yeah.
And I was told it's gonna be harder for me to make it because of those things.
Yeah.
I don't want any work done. Yeah, we were talking about over-sexualizing us women and things like that, but you have had work done.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have work done because you felt like it was gonna better your career? Or did you have work done because you just really wanted a change in your body? Because I hear people say that, but then they use the changes that they have and they make to better their career. So talk to us about that. And then is it something that you feel that other women should do? And if so, what should they do?
Well, I got my boobs done. No. I got my boobs done, but I got my boobs done 10 years ago when I was 22 years old.
And they look good. I can't get a close up of what I'm seeing right here, but a doctor who was perfect.
But I was 22 years old, and that's a completely different person who made that decision. And that for me was a decision made with low self-esteem. Now that they're here, do I wish that I didn't have them? No, absolutely not. Would I make the same decision today? I genuinely don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't know. I think ultimately what it comes down to is that like, we really have to work on our self-esteem, because even to this day, like, you know what I mean? I got hip dips. I don't have curves. I don't really gotta, you know what I mean? And what I've been honestly trying to do, I just been like, when I get on people's pages who have all that stuff, I just been like, let me just get off. Because I don't want to even go down this rabbit hole with myself of comparison. I think that's the thing that messes it up us. The thing that messes us up the most is that we start comparing.
Right.
I think with sexuality though, I feel like I'm trying to find the balance, right? Because, and like I said, no shade to her. There's the Megan Thee Stallion and there's the Cardi B type of sexualite, but Beyonce's sexy too.
Right.
And it's in a classy way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when
Alicia Keys.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, and there's times where Beyonce might be a little half naked, whatever, but it's the energy and the way that she portrays herself where it doesn't feel necessarily the same as, other artists. So like, I do want to tap into that energy. I don't want to necessarily be like the super prude, always business lady. But figuring out a way to, because also too, I think there's also a level of like becoming comfortable with that. Are you even comfortable with that? Is that also, yeah, there's a part that's like, yeah, I don't want to show the world that, but also it's because like, I'm also not necessarily comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that you need surgery to further your career. I think Coi Leray has definitely shown that you don't have to do that. And I think it's a matter of choose your path. Do you want to do it quick and the easy way? Because I honestly think if I went and got a BBL, and did a whole it probably might move a little quicker. Right. If I went on Instagram, I was shaking my butt every day, it probably might move a little quicker.
Right. That's how
Yeah.
to like, oh my goodness, look at Gail King. In my area,
Yeah, exactly.
Gail King, look at Sally.
Exactly.
Look at Ricky Lake.
Right.
Super regular women.
Yeah.
Regular bodies.
Yeah.
Same like in your industry, look
Right.
at Coyle Ray.
Yeah.
Who else we ain't got a lot?
That's pretty much
The only one, right?
Lola.
Look at Lola.
Lola, exactly. I mean, Megan's real too, yeah. But
Megan.
she's very blessed. Yeah, very blessed. Lucky.
Yeah.
She's from Houston. She's from the South, so she
Yeah.
made her cornbread.
Because I'm calling that, whatever lean out food, I need it. But I definitely wanted to add to that.
Yeah.
Listen, it has been a pleasure sitting with you today.
Yeah.
I want to put you out there.
Mhm.
Out of all the things that you said, are you looking for someone? Or are you embracing someone to find you? Because we're not looking for nothing. Are you embracing something to find you?
I actually like last night was really thinking about it. Like I'm like, I know that I'm blocking my blessings by being like afraid. And so I personally can say from experience, I've seen my life at its peaks, like when I'm with a partner, because of the support and love. Like love really fuels you in a way. Like, people love to say like, oh, you can get it on your own. But I'm telling you, when you got a man who loves you while you're doing it, let me tell you, I know for a fact I would not have had a 6-figure company if I was not in that relationship with Jay Sean. Shout out to him. And I know that, you know, the events and the festivals and stuff that I did in Newburgh, that would not had happened if I was with Sam. Like support, love, like it transforms you, and like it gives you the energy and the fuel that you need in a way that like you can't like build up on your own. So I'm open. I'm like I'm open. I don't know like how open,
But you open.
but I'm open.
You like the women's too? You like the women's?
Um,
Dabble in the area of the women?
I don't want to date a woman.
But you'll entertain a woman?
Girls are pretty.
Okay. I don't do that. Don't look at me. don't be lusting over this chocolate. Be on to the women's over. No, but shout out to you. Listen. Entrepreneur, boss lady, creative director, fashion mogul, because we're gonna throw that right in there and leave that right there. Rapper, all of these things, 6-figure businesses, everything that you have going on. But you're still at the peak of your life, at the peak of your career. You still have so much more to do. So what can we expect in 2024?
2024, you are gonna see my foot on that gas like you have never seen it before. Like literally get out the way,
Okay.
because I will crash behind you,
Okay.
because I'm not stopping. You're gonna get a music video every single Wednesday, Rems Day, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Either it's gonna be, you know, a new freestyle video or just another version of a music video for whatever single I'm pushing at the moment. I am posting every single day, and you guys are gonna see my face. You are gonna hear my music, and you know, listen, you might not like it now, but you're gonna hear it so much that you're not gonna be able to not like it.
And that's what most music is. And no shade, tea and no shade, no shade. I'm not an Ice Spice fan.
Yeah.
I think that's just horrible. I don't like her music.
Mhm.
But I have no choice but to be in my mood when I'm in my car
Yeah.
or in the deli, because I kind of have to hear it
Yeah.
every time I'm on the radio.
Right.
So I'm with you on that.
Right.
I'm with you on
Yeah.
that. And I like your music.
Thank you.
I pick your music over Ice Spice.
Okay.
Any day, every day. Just know that. I am a Rem fan. And not the other Remy, this Rem, not the Remy that's out here cheating on Papoose, the real Remy. The real Remy.
Oh my God, no, don't say that. Listen, she
The
will go,
real
no.
Remy.
Listen, no,
Wait a minute.
I will not.
They gonna be
No,
calling us
listen.
like Moochie. Wait a minute. But all right, so we're gonna see the Florida Gas. Any projects anything big, major that
I
you
do-
have coming up?
I do want to release a project this year,
Okay.
but
Album?
but I do want to. I want to, you know, I want people to get familiarized with who I am as an artist, so there
Okay.
can even be a craving for a project. Like, you know, I don't think people will know what to expect from me yet, because I finally figured out who I am as an artist and the type of music I'm putting out. So I have to keep putting that out consistently for people to be like, okay, like I'm ready for a REM project.
You're
so
ready.
Yeah.
And guess what? We the people are ready. So listen, y'all, we're gonna get up out of here. This is the Moochie Show offset. I'm sitting here with the beautiful, the amazing, the most intelligent Remadee. Remadee, the people love you. And I had a message all the way from Newburgh, New York, that people have been waiting for this sit down for a very long time. So I'm happy that I was able to come to your room, to your area, all the way in Atlanta, have to sit down with you. People don't even know she's living like a Banks already. You are really what the definition of keeping up with the Joneses. You're doing it. So I think that you should be proud of where you are right now. And before we get out of here, I got to just throw this in. I'm trying to get out of here, y'all. The people keep holding me back. Rest in peace to your cousin, Nash.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a legend also in Newburgh, super, super talented music. I do have to ask this question because you guys are very, very close. That was your family. Do you have any plans to keep this legacy going above and beyond what he had in store? Because people love him, miss him, and every time they look at you sometime and they see you, people still think of him. And you remind a lot of people of him. So do you have any plans to that as far as moving forward with his name and legacy?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't put much thought into it because of the fact that like it's one of those things that like I'm still working through. Like, you know what I mean? Like I have my because being in Atlanta, I feel like sometimes it separates me from the reality of it. I don't know. Like I it's hard to look at him sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I know that Student Union, they still post on his page and stuff like that. And like, you know, sometimes for me, it's even triggering when I see like a story pop up. So it's not to say that like I don't want to keep his name alive, but like I'm still just trying to figure out like what, and I'm gonna be honest, like for me, like grief, like that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I work through. Like I still will sit and listen to his music. You know what I mean? Go through old pictures of us and whatnot. I don't necessarily care about like the public display of like what you guys think I'm doing to like to honor him personally, because like yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because like that was really like that was like literally the closest person to me in this world. And so there's times where like, you know, his birthday comes up or Christmas will, you know, his birthday's around Christmas or certain things. And like, I'll see people posting about him and stuff. And I'll feel like the social pressure, like, oh, I need to post to show people that like, I care that like, but it's like, I'm really in my room crying. Like, I don't need to post. And, you know what I mean? So, you know, maybe at some point I'll focus on that. But for me, it's more so like me personally honoring like his existence and his presence in my life and what he did for me, because there would be no sitting here today, you know, as an artist and chasing my dreams if it were for, like, period, like literally hands down, it would not be a reality, you know? So yeah, I can't say that I've thought about that, you know?
Well, if you don't, just know that we love you. We're at with it. Shout out to the Moochie Show. Shout out to Remadee. I just want you to, I'm going to end my show like this. It is amazing to sit with mature, inspiring, intellectual women. I love when I sit in this seat and I get to talk to women like you, because I always have a takeaway. I love takeaways from my show. Takeaway I have for tonight, just for today, just so you know, is to be a better woman. I've learned that I'm an addict and I need help, so I'm gonna work on those things. I've learned that I can be great and be classy. I can be great and be insecure. I can be great and not be there, but be there. So I appreciate you and everything that you've done on the show today and everything that you have given the gems. And let me get in your business, because I was gonna ask about the enhancements. I was gonna ask about the man. I was gonna ask why you ain't got no kids. Why I get 30 plus with no kids. But I'm glad I asked, because then we have a better look of Remadee, and y'all know her business. And the only person getting her business is Moochie, because I talk about it. And who else gonna talk about it like I talk about it? Nobody. That's why they come to me to talk about it. So you already know, this is the Moochie Show, Rem. I love you. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Absolutely. That this was an absolutely amazing interview. You are so talented. You are completely in your element. You are literally the best host in the entire 845, and you would come down here and you would take Atlanta by storm. I don't know, like we all have those moments where like we have like doubts in our head, or you know, where we're just tired. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired and I don't have kids. Like you have children. You know what I'm saying? Like you work so hard, and so like whatever you do, like do not stop. Do not stop. You are a hustler. You've been going hard at this for years. You have so much respect for me and so many people, and I'm honored to sit with you. Just like you said, like, oh, you could wait. I couldn't wait to sit with you.
Oh, thank you.
This was so effortless, and so this was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
And then your production at Focus Media.
Shallow Focus Media.
Shout out to Focus Media. They got me up here looking like a Gertrude Hawk. That kind of chocolate that you get in the fundraisers once a year, $49.99. Shout out to y'all. Get with them, book them. Listen, y'all, we gonna get out of here. Make sure you guys tap into the Moochie Show. Make sure you guys are on YouTube, where you can now wake up to the Moochie Show every morning on Swag FM Radio 101. Just make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're out here sitting with greatness. Only show to tap in with, the only show to tune into. Everything new, everything real, everything the Moochie Show.
It's the Moochie Show.
Moochie Show. Welcome to the Moochie Show.
It's the Moochie Show.
Moochie Show. Welcome to the Moochie Show.
Come on up in the room.
Come on up in the room.
Come on up in the room.
I mean all up in the room.
It's the Moochie Show.
Moochie Show. Welcome to the Moochie Show.